All right, so 2002 NB Miata AC compressor. This one has 168,000 miles, and since I got the car apart doing a bunch of other maintenance items, figured I'd try to tackle this. There's still pressure in the lines, so I believe the AC is not working for another reason other than low freon or a leak in the system. New to Mazda still, but usually with Hondas, the clutch and coil that engages the AC compressor is the culprit to burn out after a lot of miles. I replaced it in my 2010 Civic LX Sport at about 170,000, 180,000 miles. This still spins freely. I can't tell really if it's bad or good just by spinning it, but it's not seized up. What I'm gonna try to do is replace just the clutch and coil from a spare unit I bought on eBay and replace the wiring on top right here. This is your power wire that runs to this thermal switch, cuts it off if the unit overheats. It cuts power, so it kills your AC if the unit overheats. But this is just held down with a couple rusty Phillips heads here. There's one here, and this looks like an 8mm hex bit. And then on the front here, you're gonna have to take that bolt out. It's gonna be a little tricky to get back on and torque, so I'll cross that bridge when I get to it, but best case to get this out is using an impact. I don't have a radiator in the car right now, so I have some space to get the impact in there in front of it, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you how that all comes apart. Bolt that holds the thermal switch down is an 8mm head. Let's see if we can crack that off. Okay, that's nice. That cracked really nice and easy. See if I can get that out. I'm probably gonna have to use a flathead screwdriver to pry that out of the well it's in. Started rounding this Phillips head bolt off, so I'm gonna do is the old Dremel trick of cutting a slot straight across so I can use a flathead screwdriver on it. Well, that worked really well. Cracked free easily. I'm just gonna toss this because I have a new one, or I have a nicer one from the used AC compressor I got off eBay. This thermal switch here is replaceable because it's got connectors on each side, but I have a new one. So like I said, I'm just gonna take all this out. There we go. It's just a little heat transfer compound on it. That's what that white stuff is. So this is all ready to be removed. Now I got to take the front bolt out of the AC compressor. All right, so getting it off is going to be easier than getting it on. 10mm on the impact. Took it right out. Perfect. There's your bolt. See how this comes apart here, or if it's going to fight me to come apart. No, not too bad. Not seized on there on the splines, which was nice. All right, so after looking inside there's and cleaning this surface out, I see there's a snap ring in there. So you should got to get a pair of snap ring pliers here. To make this easier to understand and see the snap ring better, I'm going to take this one apart first to see what I'm working with. This is the one I got off eBay that was verified to be a working unit. It looks much, much better than the one that's in the car, so I can actually remove the stuff without fighting this at all, since everything is really, really nice. Probably swap over the pulley too if I'm taking all that off and putting the electromagnetic clutch behind it, but pull that off. This looks 10 times better than the other one. Zipping it up, you can see the funky looking snap ring in there now. I'll give you a zoom in on it. I don't damage this. There we go. All right, so snap rings off. This is what it looks like. Now we should be able to pull. Let me zoom out here. The pulley straight off. What a beautiful thing. This one's not seized. You can see in there you got your bearing. And then this is your electromagnetic clutch here. This is held in with a snap ring as well. Little snap ring pliers here are not long enough to get in there, so I'm going to have to switch back to the straights. But once you pull that off, you should be able to just remove this whole electromagnetic clutch. Okay, so let's give this a go. Going straight in with my snap ring pliers. These don't have like a curved hook on the end. They're straight, and if they did, it would be a little easier to work with these. Maybe you could give them a little adjustment on the vise. But with that snap ring off, super easy. This is already loose. And voila, that's all there is to it. I'm gonna swap this piece onto the compressor still in the car and you know, not put any of the old parts back on this one. This compressor is known to be good, so if I do this swap and the AC still doesn't work, or I burn this out, hopefully I don't burn this out because there's too much load or something on it. That's what the thermal switch should take care of, but you never know. But I'm hoping that the compressor in the car is good and this is just burned up, so I don't have to evacuate all the Freon and break the lines. There we go. Now, this entire unit and this whole harness here is ready to swap over. All right, so I just got the snap ring out of this. This, fortunately, slides right off, and you can see how much more nasty that electromagnetic clutch looks in there. Now I gotta just take the snap ring off to remove that piece. So getting that snap ring out was a little bit of a pain, especially if you have corrosion on the car. And even with it out, this thing's seized on there pretty good, so I'm gonna have to give it the attitude adjustment with the hammer here. Try a rubber mallet first. There we go. So trying to start reassembly with the replacement unit here. There's a pin on the bottom that locks orientation so that your connector is perfectly vertically up top here. Keep that in mind when putting this on. Cable holder and the ground go together right there, so we'll just leave the rest of that loose. I'll actually just, before I damage this thing, I'm gonna put the thermal switch in there. Not too much of a challenge, I'm kind of doing this blind. There's a groove right here that you gotta get it snapped on. You gotta make sure the other unit's back far enough to give you a big enough groove to put this in. All right, now that that snap ring is seated, I'll take the pulley and put the pulley back on. Since there's no corrosion here, I don't plan to run this car in the winter anymore. I take this funky looking snap ring, put it on there so the pulley stays on. All right, so the pulley's not going anywhere now. I'm not sure if any of this has to be shimmed. With the Hondas, they do recommend shimming them to a specific, basically want to get this gap between the two as tight as you can, but didn't see any shims on either of the ones I took apart, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to send it as is. The bolt, I'm going to thread that in the front just to keep it all together, but you're not going to be able to torque that down really that well right now. You got to hold this somehow while you tighten it. So one way you can torque this, I just actually zipped it with the impact, not too much, but just a little bit to tighten it down. But figured this out. This is one way you can tighten it by hand or torque it with a torque wrench if you want. This front clutch piece has three rivet studs on it, and you can fit a thin screwdriver in between there on one of them and then just put it to the frame. You know, there's like a little lip here, so that will hold it when you're tightening it. I'm going to go ahead and clamp down this connector here, and of course, as you all know, this just plugs in right up top here, so just like that. So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you guys found this helpful. I couldn't find any other content on YouTube going in depth about replacing the clutch and coil on a Miata AC compressor, so hopefully this helped you guys. Please give the video a thumbs up if you found this helpful. Subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for more. Thanks.